I'm choosing to post this video right now. My children are enjoying their VRs, and I want you to know that even in the midst of chaos, it is important to arrive at a place in your mind, in your heart, and your soul with pure balance. Some people are so unable to sift through and shift through the energy of a chaotic situation. And God is telling me to explain this to you in the most clearest way possible so that you can connect to it, because in the coming days or months or weeks, you may have to utilize this knowledge and wisdom that's coming to you from my soul. When you are in a chaotic situation or experience, in order to connect to the balance and peace and serenity in that moment, even with the upheaval of energy, the negative energy too, connecting to God in the flow, meaning in the flow mean without the extra added confusing perception that can come from your own mind. Learning to escape the experience while being in the midst of the experience, and I mean not allowing your emotions to take front and center and to take control of the situation, because sometimes our emotions and our reality of what we see can confuse the emotion that where we really should be inside of ourselves. Like learning how to cope and balance without allowing your emotions and your heart to take you away from being centered, if you know what I'm saying, if you can understand what I'm saying. Tapping into the peace and the faith and an understanding that you're not experiencing that one experience alone is so extremely important. I cannot begin to stress to you as I sit in my experience explaining how I am handling my experience, so that you may be able to handle your experience, whether it's spiritual warfare, whether it's something in your reality that's causing you mayhem in any kind of way, form, or fashion. You can handle the experience by loving yourself enough to remain calm. And when I say remain calm, I mean care enough about the most important things, but don't let that care exceed your intelligence or exceed your connection to being centered with God. So you want to remain at peace throughout the whole experience. Many people don't get this, probably won't never get this, but you, if you have stumbled across this video, you get this. You get this. And you can apply it to your life. Rome was not built overnight. How you apply this thing to your life is simply by taking it one step at a time, utilizing one experience at a time to shape you for the ultimate experience so that you can be prepared and readily equipped. I know if you're watching this, this is for you. And to add to that, a lot of times we allow our reality, the illusion in our reality that's going on, to take us away from the truth of what's going on. Just because you see it with your physical eye, right? My big old eye, doesn't mean, definitely does not mean that you are, no, definitely does not mean that it's really something that you perceive that is really happening. Doesn't mean that that's really happening. How are you perceiving your experience? How are you allowing yourself to believe, and I say believe as in pure faith in that experience that's taking place that you believe in? What are you believing it to be? Are you seeing it with your naked eye, or are you seeing it with your spiritual eye? Awaken, beautiful souls. Awaken to the experience of life in every way, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And know that in your experience that you are experiencing right now,
No, I'm already. I've been here.
everything is okay. And everything is working itself out. And I want you to know that you are never alone. And it may feel like it physically. However, you have spirit guides, you have angels, and you have ancestors that are literally guiding you through each and every experience in life. A lot of times, we don't even call them into our experience. So how do they know to come in? Sometimes they intervene if they're given the contract to intervene. But most of the time, they're not going to intervene. You have to say, Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Raphael. That's them the angels, if you want to say your spirit guides. A lot of us don't know our spirit guide's name. I don't know. I just heard Mary come to mind for me. Tommy, it's a couple. I mean, a lot of us have multiple spirit guides. And then you have your ancestors, the people who graced the planet, graced the earth. A lot of times, millions and millions of years ago. A lot of times, recently, passing over, becoming your spirit guide in your present moment of your life. And that need to be known. I just dreamed about my grandfather the other day. I dreamed about my grandfather, and I know for a fact it was meant for me to dream about him. Although he was working, I was where I was when I was a child, and I know he's watching over me. I know this to be a fact, because why else would that dream pop up and have not even been, I don't know, he just popped up. And I'm going through something right now in my life. So I'm embracing the process, though. It's important to embrace where you are, no matter where you are. And I want y'all to know that prayer is real. How you pray is real. How you're thinking about your prayer is real. What your perception is on the thing you're going through is real to you. So if you be like, oh, this is a horrible experience, and you transmute that thought into, oh, it's a positive experience, even in the midst of the horrible experience, your reality is doomed to shift in the most amazing way. You hold the key to your life. I just want you to know that. I will be back shortly and soon to do a longer reading for you guys. And I want you to know that if nobody told you they love you on today, right? I love you. Okay? Mwah. Bye.